Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti a todos.
And today the topic doesn't require any introduction. Anyone, anywhere in the world, we all know what food is, right? We every day in and day out, we have our meals and food. So this is a topic which doesn't require.
I'm not doing simultaneous translation. Or am I, Raquel? Shall I do simultaneous?
No.
So she has to make short sentence and then I translate, is it? That's how it goes. Bueno, en general, I will translate what you've set up to now. Que en realidad no necesita mucha introducción, puesto que todos sabemos lo que comemos y lo que nos hace bien y lo que no nos hace bien.
Okay, so, but the food is such an important place, such an important role in everyone's life. We don't realize it.
La comida es una cosa tan importante en nuestra vida diaria, pero a veces no nos damos cuenta de ello.
We all know how important it is for the health of the body because we know what we consume becomes the blood, bones, and cells. So we consider food as important for a healthy body.
Sabemos que es importante para nuestro cuerpo porque según lo que nos comamos es lo que se convierte en la sangre, huesos y piel. Pero tenemos que entenderlo también lo importante que es el alimento.
So to have good health, we pay attention to what nutrients we have, how much to eat, when to eat, how to eat.
Pero entonces ponemos atención acerca de cuántos nutrientes tiene, cuánto comer, cuándo, cómo.
But food also has an impact on our mind. So we tell, as the food, so the mind.
Pero también tiene un impacto en nuestra mente. Entonces, como sea nuestra comida, así va a ser lo que suceda en nuestra mente.
So it affects our emotions, our feelings, our state of mind.
Afecta nuestras emociones, nuestro estado de mente, de nuestra mente.
So it's not only our health of our body and the mind, the state of mind, but also it plays an important role in the social gatherings. When we go for a party or there is a function, the celebration, the first thing we ask, like, what's there in the menu? And
es importante para nuestro cuerpo, para nuestra mente, pero también en nuestro rol es importante cuando vamos a una fiesta, como que queremos saber qué van a servir de comer.
And there is the cultural reference for the food. It is from which culture, what type of food. It talks about the history and the family gathering together. So it brings a goodness and closeness.
Eso trae bondad y cercanía porque trae consigo la historia, la cultura, la comida está implícita en todo ello.
But food also plays a very important role in one's spiritual growth. Whether it can be...
También tiene una importancia muy grande en nuestro crecimiento espiritual.
You can refer to any spiritual organizations and religion. They tell that food is very important, what type of food to eat.
En cualquier organización espiritual siempre verán que nos dicen qué tipo de alimento comer.
And even in our organization,
incluso nuestra organización en Brahma Kumaris,
we consider food as one of the pillar for meditation and very important aspect of the spiritual growth of the soul.
Incluso aquí en Brahma Kumaris consideramos uno de los pilares la comida para nuestro crecimiento espiritual.
So now we can understand somewhere it's playing like a central role affecting health of the body, the state of the mind, the social gatherings and the culture, and also the spirituality. But today, especially, we are going to talk about the subtle aspects and the principles, how it affects our spiritual well-being.
Como vimos, afecta en nuestra mente, en nuestra salud, en lo social, pero especialmente nos interesa hablar acerca de lo sutil y cómo influye en nuestro estado mental.
When you talk about the journey of the food, from the production till we consume and becoming part of our feelings and emotions and the constitution of this body.
Cuando hablamos acerca de todo la producción del alimento, desde cómo se hace, cómo se distribuye, cómo se produce y llega a nuestro cuerpo,
we can broadly classify into 7 different stages what it goes through.
Podemos clasificarlo generalmente en 7 diferentes estados a través de los cuales pasa la comida.
And today we are going to, know one aspect, like how the food is going to be influenced and how it goes through in each step.
Y hoy eso es lo que vamos a ir viendo, cada uno de los pasos y de qué manera me está influyendo en cada paso. Oh, very interesting.
So the first step is about the production, right?
El primer paso es la producción.
And we, being the culture of agricultural land, anywhere in any country where agriculture is important, you could find that we celebrate. There is a celebration during the harvest season. That's the respect and the joy we connect with the nature and the production of the produce.
En cualquier país donde la agricultura tiene una importancia, vemos como una celebración. Se celebra el cosechar el alimento y la producción del alimento.
It reflects the relation, what we have, the respect, the joy, but also culturally, it was basically meant, the respect and the joy what we have, but not so commercial-minded what we see today.
Lo importante era el respeto y el gozo que se tenía de cuando se cosecha, pero ya esto se ha perdido en la producción de hoy en día.
And they have this pumpkin competition, wherein whichever is the biggest pumpkin.
Tienen una competencia de calabazas para ver quién produce la calabaza más grande.
And in that competition, one farmer got the prize consecutively for 3 years. And when they asked, what is the reason, how come your pumpkin is bigger than everyone's?
En una competencia hubo un campesino que ganó 3 veces seguida que la calabaza más grande y le preguntaron que cuál era su secreto de por qué su calabaza era la más grande de todas.
He said every day he goes and speaks to his plants with love and touches them with love.
Él dijo que cada día va y le habla a sus plantas con mucho amor.
So there was an experiment also conducted by IKEA. It's a furniture store. Maybe you would have heard about it, IKEA. One in Dubai, they had conducted on an anti-bullying day. They had placed 2 plants in a different corners, which is exactly the same.
Otherwise, I forget.
Okay, I can repeat it. Yeah. IKEA.
¿Saben esta nueva tienda que apenas se abrió en México, pero ya en otros países ya lleva mucho tiempo? Se llama IKEA. IKEA es una tienda muy moderna. Ajá, okay.
So they placed 2 plants into, which is of a same type, and they used to water it daily, the same amount, and everything was taken care similarly.
Pues colocaron 2 plantas y las regaban y cuidaban de ellas de una manera similar. Was that inside the shop itself? These two plants?
Yeah, inside the shop, but it was connected with the college students, school students, where project was taken on an anti-bullying day.
Okay. You see, I didn't translate that. Que esto lo hicieron en IKEA, pero estaba conectado con un programa de una escuela de anti-bullying. Sí, bullying no se traduce, ¿verdad? Sí se entiende ya en español lo que es el bullying, el burlarse. Y entonces pusieron 2 escuelas a que hicieran esta investigación.
And for one plant, everyone should go and tell thank you or smile. And for another plant, they have to just bully it or shout at it or rag it. The
plant. Pusieron las 2 plantas y para una planta iban y le decían, le daban las gracias, la saludaban y la trataban con mucho amor, pero para la otra planta iban y le hacían bullying y le decían groserías y la trataban mal.
So they found that within 7 days, the plant which was bullied just dried and the leaves started falling, and another one which was appreciated started growing nicely.
Y entonces pudieron ver que la planta a la que le estaban haciendo bullying empezó a secarse, se le cayeron las hojas y se marchitó completamente. Y la otra empezó a crecer y se puso muy hermosa.
So there are a lot of experiments which are conducted and a lot of stories about it, but we all know the nature responds to our thoughts.
Hay muchos experimentos, pero nosotros sabemos que la naturaleza responde a nuestros pensamientos.
And Brahma Kumaris, there is a wing called a rural wing, the village rural wing, in which they did
En nuestra organización hay una ala, le llaman alas, un área que se llama, how is it called?
Rural wing, but it is meant for the villages, which is not in the city where the farming, the village, they take projects are conducted. Yeah.
Que es para pueblos y para el campo mismo.
Yeah. So they conducted a project wherein the seeds of the plants, before sowing it in the farm, in the land, they used to take it, keep it, do meditation, and then they used to sow the seeds.
Que colocaban las semillas y hacían meditación con las semillas antes de sembrarlas, a las semillas mismas.
And giving it a good vibration, and it was completely organic, no fertilizers used. And every day they used to meditate, giving it a vibration of peace and love. Yeah.
Y entonces era orgánico también y hacían pensamientos de meditación, dándoles paz y amor.
And what they found that the produce from those crops were more nutritious than the other organic produce.
Y descubrieron que las 2 eran orgánicas, pero con una hacían meditación y que con aquella que hicieron meditación, el producto era más nutritivo que el que nada más era orgánico.
So we can understand to what an extent even it alters the nutritious value, not only in spite of taking care of organic, but they were like healthy and nutritious.
Entonces podemos darnos cuenta que la cuestión no es nada más cuidar lo orgánico, sino y que sí da más salud, sino también la vibración de la meditación influye.
So everyone can do a small exercise, maybe wherever you are, not now. You can come a small
plan. Hacer un experimento, no ahorita, lo pueden hacer después.
maybe small plants which grow within 7 days, like coriander and then mint, all those small plants, the children's, everyone can start growing it and talk to it daily with love, and just maybe they can find out what is the difference in the taste and how it grows.
Pueden hacer un experimento como hacen los niños, sembrando semillas que crecen en una semana y probar cómo varía el sabor, inclusive hasta el sabor varía. Estoy buscando coriander, creo que es perejil.
Cilantro, something which grows.
Cilantro.
You can, anything that grows quickly.
Cualquier cosa que crezca rápido. Beans. When I was a child, we used to do with beans. Digo que cuando yo era niña hacíamos con frijoles.
Yeah. So we can test that. And when we talk about the next step, what the food goes to is to the market, right? The farmer just takes the produce to the market. So
vemos el siguiente paso, una vez que ya crece la planta, es el mercado.
And here there's a saying that how you earn the wealth, the money, the means how you earn it brings, if you have earned the money with the wrong means, it brings a lot of sorrow along with it.
Oh, que tiene que ver de qué manera tienes una ganancia vendiendo el alimento, que si es una manera corrupta, trae mucho sufrimiento ese alimento.
Because Tesla, he's a very famous scientist, like Einstein, you'd have heard of him, the scientist.
Yeah, Tesla, yeah.
Yeah.
Es un científico muy famoso, igual que Einstein.
Yeah. So he always said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, if you want to find the secrets of the universe.
Él siempre dijo, si quieren descubrir los secretos del universo,
think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations.
Piensen siempre en términos de energía, vibraciones y frecuencia.
Yeah. So whatever I'm doing, that is transferred, the energy is transferred to the wealth, what I earn. And that wealth, I go and purchase the food, and the food I eat also affects me.
Now, say it in 3 steps.
Okay.
First step.
So, okay, here, what is my mind? How I'm earning the money? Right?
¿Cómo gano yo el dinero? Es cómo va a influir, ¿no? Estas 3 cosas que dijo Tesla. So, lo primero, ¿de qué manera gano yo el dinero?
So that wealth, what I've earned, or the money in what way I've earned, I go
el dinero de la manera que lo he ganado
and buy the food products, what I produce.
Y compré los productos, la comida.
And when I consume it, it influences my mind.
Y cuando lo consumo, influye mi mente.
And there are a lot of stories, especially in Indian scriptures regarding this.
Y hay muchas historias, especialmente en las escrituras hindús, que se refieren a esto.
It is said that once a saint who left his house, everything, and went into the forest for meditation.
Se dice que de un santo que dejó su casa, su familia, y se fue a vivir en el bosque para meditar.
And sometimes when he used to travel and pass through a village, people used to invite him to have food in their house.
Y cuando él viajaba y pasaba a través de los pueblos, la gente lo invitaba a comer en su casa.
And once, when he had an invitation, he went to one person's house. He had the food. Afterwards, he got a thought. He liked the glass in which the water was served, and he felt like, I should have this glass.
Y en una ocasión que fue a un lugar, le gustó el vaso donde le habían servido la comida y ya que se la había comido, pensó, yo debería de tener, me gustaría tener ese vaso.
I should have this glass for myself. So
debería de tener ese vaso para mí misma.
So then,
made me thirsty. Here I have
yeah, you can have your water.
Le dijo, ya me dio sed, y me dio permiso de darle un traguito a mi vaso.
So once he left from there, the next morning, he got a thought, when I've left everything in my life, everything, the wealth, the property, everything, and today I'm getting a thought to have that glass for myself. Why did I get that thought?
Y en la mañana siguiente pensó este santo, yo dejé todo, mis propiedades, mi familia, mis cosas, y hoy sigo pensando en ese vaso. ¿Por qué estoy pensando en ese vaso?
And he inquired with the villagers nearby about the person who had invited him to have the food.
Y averiguó con las personas del pueblo acerca de que lo invitó a comer allí en su casa.
And then the people said, he's actually a robber and he earns his means by robbing things. And he wanted to do a good act. So he invited a saint for dinner.
Le dijeron, de hecho, es un ladrón y todo se lo roba, todo lo que tiene. Pero él quería hacer un buen acto y allí fue que invitó al santo a su casa a cenar.
So, yeah, so then he realized, see, how he has earned, the means he has earned creates the thoughts.
Y allí ves cómo los medios con los que fue ganado eso, crea esos pensamientos después.
Okay, so now because the time is less, we'll move to the next process, that is the food.
Queda poco tiempo, vamos al siguiente proceso.
So as the food, so the mind.
Como sea la comida, así la mente.
So what food we are eating? It's generally said every food also has a nature or the chemical composition of its own.
¿Qué es lo que comemos? Cada alimento tiene su naturaleza, su propia composición.
So these chemicals or the composition influence the chemical composition of our body.
Entonces, esta composición química de los alimentos influye a la composición química del cuerpo.
There was a research done, especially his name is Mr. Bob. He had done a very detailed research on especially the onion and garlic.
Hubo un investigador, su nombre, his name was Bob.
Yes.
Yeah. Y hizo una investigación muy especial acerca de la cebolla y del ajo.
And what he found, after having garlic, they used to feel very drowsy. Their concentration level was going down.
Que notaron que después de comer ajo, bajó su nivel de concentración y se sentían somnolientos.
He was a pilot and also a researcher. And when they tested with the ECG, you know, they keep all the pulses and see how the vibration is happening, the pulses are created. They found,
que le hicieron una prueba con un aparato que ella le llama ECG, para ver las pulsaciones cuando había comido ajo o cebolla. Y descubrieron
it has such an impact that after finding, they were so shocked. And there is a rule that any pilots are not supposed to have food which has garlic at least minimum 2 hours before taking off the flight.
Fue tal el descubrimiento que de allí pusieron una regla de que un piloto de avión no debe comer nada que tenga ajo por lo menos 2 horas antes del vuelo.
It completely disturbs the concentration. The person won't be able to focus and concentrate.
Completamente afecta la concentración y la persona no es capaz de enfocarse en lo que está haciendo.
So each food has its own chemical composition, and then it affects the mind. It's like when one have liquor, so the chemical composition of liquor and the drinks, what they have, affects the chemical composition here. So it alters it and it affects.
Que el alimento, así como el licor, su composición química altera también a la composición química del cerebro.
But when we talk about eating meat or non-veg, it's not only about the composition of the food, but also there is broader impact on various other aspects.
Cuando comemos una comida que no es vegetariana, el impacto no es nada más de las cuestiones químicas, sino hay otros asuntos que también tienen un impacto.
It's once said that in the Middle East, actually a Sufi saint, she used to live in the woods. And once...
she used to live where? In the woods?
In the forest.
In the forest. In the woods, yeah. Sorry. Está hablando de una mujer sufi que vivía en el bosque.
And a follower came to meet her. A follower?
Un seguidor de ella vino a reunirse con ella.
And he saw that she was surrounded with animals and birds, everything. It was so beautiful. The animals like the deer, everyone were around her. And when he came, they all started running.
Y vio que ella estaba rodeada de animales, de pájaros, de venados. Y cuando él llegó, empezaron a correr.
And he felt bad because they were so beautiful. He just enjoyed. And he felt bad that when he came, literally all the animals started running away.
Y se sintió mal porque se veía muy hermoso, rodeado todo de animales. Y en cuanto él llegó, los animales comenzaron a correr y yéndose, ¿no?
So when he asked her, she said, "What did you have for your meal?"
Y así él le preguntó a ella y ella le dijo, ¿qué comiste hoy en tu comida antes de venir?
So if you are going to have the flesh of them, those animals, then how can they come closer to you? Because you're vibrating that energy.
Si tú comiste la carne de ellos, ¿cómo tú estás vibrando eso? Esa energía la estás vibrando.
Yeah, so when the animal is slaughtered, whatever the fear, the pain, the agony, whatever they go through, the cells, it absorbs into the cells. And even though they cook, it is like those feelings and emotions, whoever consumes, they vibrate that. So they vibrate the emotions of the food they consume.
Cuando degollan a los animales, el miedo, el dolor, la tristeza de que los hayan matado, queda impregnado en la carne, aunque haya sido cocinada, de todas maneras sigue impregnado allí y quien se lo come está comiendo también esos sentimientos y emociones.
So compassionate eating leads to compassionate living.
El comer con compasión te lleva a vivir con compasión.
There are a lot of such examples also. And in the food, there are many other things to discuss, but we can move to the next step. there is
Hay muchos ejemplos, pero que podemos avanzar al siguiente paso.
about the cravings. It's also said food is a reflection of one's personality.
Acerca de los antojos. Y se dice que la comida es una reflexión de tu propia personalidad.
The choices of the food we make in Ayurveda, it is considered one of the oldest science of medicine. So they get
Lo que elegimos para comer en Ayurveda, que es una de las ciencias más antiguas,
it said that, the choices you make, the food choices.
Las elecciones que tú haces de tu alimento
reflects the personality of the person, what state of mind they are.
refleja la personalidad, qué tipo de personalidad.
For example,
Hay liquids.
Some tell it is a nutritional deficiency. Okay, for example, if I'm deficient of protein, I might crave for dairy products, for example. But
if you are deficient of protein, you crave for dairies. Cuando estás deficiente de proteína, se te antoja los dairies. Los dairies son leche, mantequilla, huevos, ese tipo de comida.
No, it's just an example. So,
es un ejemplo.
Yeah, so if I have deficiency of protein, every person should crave for the same type of protein, but some might not like dairy, some might like to have lentils, some might like to have something else. And even though it is the dairy product, some like to have ice cream, some like to have cottage cheese. So it shows the personality of the person, not just the deficiency.
Muestra la personalidad de quien está haciendo la investigación. No solamente la deficiencia, sino su personalidad. Porque si te falta proteína, pero a ti se te antoja comer lentejas o se te antoja comer lo que les dije que son los dairies, no sé cómo se dice en español, pero bueno, son huevos, leche.
Lácteos.
¿Cómo?
Lácteos.
Ah, también. Ajá.
Okay. So it's not only about the personality, it is actually the reflection of our emotions.
No es solamente la personalidad, sino que es la reflexión de nuestras emociones.
When we are sad and empty, we just don't know what to do. Many have the disease of, they just keep having something because they don't know what to do. They are so sad and empty inside. They want to fill that feeling by having food.
Cuando alguien está triste y vacío, quieren llenarse teniendo comida. Ese vacío, llenarlo con comida.
And some crave for a lot of sweetness or the sugar.
Hay a quienes se les antoja mucho lo dulce.
When there is, they crave for that love, or there is so much of sorrow because in the relation they're not finding anyone who cares them or respects them. So they tend to have sweets. They crave for sweets because that gives a feeling of sweetness inside.
A quienes se les antoja tanto lo dulce es que les tienen una carencia de alguien que cuide por ellos, de alguien que los ame.
And
esa es la tendencia.
And if a person is feeling bored and there is no like zeal and enthusiasm, nothing is happening, they're getting bored. Then
alguien que está
which is spicy.
Ah, that's the spicy. que cuando alguien está aburrido y no le falta fervor y entusiasmo, quiere comida picante o con mucha especies.
Yeah, so there are a lot.
Indians are bored?
No, than the normal standard. See, the parameters are different. If everyone are having a particular standard of the level of spice is not the spices, it is hot, the chili.
The chile, yeah.
Yeah.
Porque le dije yo, entonces a los hindús están aburridos y les falta entusiasmo. Dice, no, no es, son las especies, no son las especies, es el chile en particular.
Because more than the normal.
We also eat chile in Mexico. We do eat chile.
No, in the culture, whatever is the standard, but sometimes you want to eat more of that. What I'm trying to tell, it's not like you eat chili or not chili, but everyone are eating, but sometimes you feel like I want to eat that more. That food, like sweet. It's like I want to eat some sweets again and again it's going. So I want to eat something which is deep fried. Again, my mind is going. Even the stomach is full and I don't want to eat again and again. I'm craving for that. So that tells the mood or the emotion of the person.
Una cosa es el estándar de una cultura que tiene cierta forma de comer, pero otra cosa es que estás pidiendo y pidiendo más y quieres más y se te antoja más y más y más de dulce o de o de chile o de algo en particular.
There are a lot of other emotions also, but it's just a checkpoint for us to know the reflections of a state of mind.
Es un punto para checarse de cómo se refleja nuestro estado de la mente.
And next step, after having the food, it has to be brought from the thing. We have to cook the food, right?
El siguiente paso es que ya trajimos la comida, ahora tenemos que cocinarla.
So the person who cooks, today also Baba said in the Murli, the person who cooks is very important.
Entonces, la persona que cocina es muy importante. Ya estamos en la cocinada.
Because there is a research done by a Japanese scientist.
Hay una investigación de un científico japonés.
He took water from his nearby lake and he put them in different test tubes.
Trajo agua de un lago cerca de su casa y lo puso en diferentes tubos de ensayo.
And he labeled one with love, peace, hate, and different things. He labeled it.
Y les puso letreros de paz, amor, peace, love, and which...
Hate.
Y
war.
Hate and...
War, fight, war.
Guerra.
Yeah. So he kept it in different places and next day morning, he just took few drops and he took the microscopic photo of them.
Y les tomó una foto con un microscopio de esas gotas, tomó gotas de cada muestra.
I think you'll get on internet those things. And when he saw, he was so surprised. The formation of the positive ones like love, peace, it was so beautifully organized, the molecular structure, like a jewel, a piece of jewel. The love, the peace. Yeah.
एक minute. Que fue viendo una muestra de cada uno en el microscopio y las que tenían un pensamiento como amor, se veía como si fuera una joya muy hermosa cuando lo vio a través del microscopio, esa gota de agua.
Okay, and which was like war and hate, all those things, they were like disassociated. The molecular structure was as if shattered.
Los que tenían guerra o odio se veía la estructura totalmente destruida también. Estaba desmoronada.
So while cooking, what feelings and emotions the person or what they're thinking, everything is absorbed by the food the person is cooking.
Mientras cocinamos, lo que está pensando la persona, todo es absorbido en el alimento, mientras va cocinando.
And this is a very quick experiment anyone can do for just 7 days. Very calm mind. First, the kitchen should be clean, and with anything, favorite their music, not like hip hop and all this rock music, something pleasant music they can put and cook in silence, and they can see the result guaranteed within 7 days.
Que garantiza un experimento 7 días de estar cocinando. Pueden poner una música tranquila, que no pongan hip hop, una tranquila, dulce y armoniosa, y que cocinen en silencio y van a ver el resultado en 7 días.
I had actually asked one of the students to conduct this experiment for 7 days. There was complaint like, okay, the kids keep fighting and this is happening. I told the women in the house has the key to control everyone's intellect in the house.
Que alguien que hizo el experimento dijo, bueno, pero los hijos se están peleando, y entonces vio que la llave de la armonía en una casa es la mujer.
And then she experimented. Really, she found the change happening in 7 days.
Y hizo el experimento y realmente vio el cambio, hasta en los hijos que dejaron de pelearse. The children stop fighting, isn't it?
Yeah, because Baba tells it can affect the intellect of the souls who have that food. So in all the cultures, we have the importance of prasad, in the temple, what they do, and they offer it, and after that they give a little bit of it. But there is a lot of importance given to it because it is considered so holy that it can affect the mind and the intellect.
Por eso los templos allá en la India dan el prasad, porque afecta de tal manera que afecta a la mente y al intelecto.
And it's everyone's experience, the same prasad, the recipe, if one cooks in the house, it's like you still want to have more and more. But the satisfaction what ones get, having just a little bit, just a spoon is given, but so much contentment they experience when they have it, what is given in the temple.
Que en el templo les dan poquito, pero está dado con tanto contentamiento, genera tanto contentamiento que con eso ya se sienten satisfechos.
So there is a research which tells the food cooked with the thoughts like I'm cooking for my son or for this particular person, thinking about that person, and when someone cooks and whoever has that food, the feeling of attachment increases.
Que hay ese experimento que cuando alguien lo cocina para su hijo, para su esposo, para alguna relación en particular, genera apego ese alimento.
So the person who is cooking might be thinking about just the son or anyone. Okay, today my son loves this and I'm preparing this. But whoever has that food, that vice of attachment increases in them.
Que puede ser que está una mamá cocinando. Ay, hoy viene mi hijo y le voy a dar esto de comer, que le gusta tanto esta comida. Y se incrementa el vicio del apego en quien coma esa comida.
And the food cooked for self. It's like, I love this food. I love pizza. I'm cooking pizza. I love this, mana, just for the self. And whoever has that, which is prepared for the self, the vice of greed increases.
Y quien sea que cocine para sí mismo y que diga, ay, qué rico, me va a quedar esto y me gusta mucho que me estoy preparando esta comida, en ese caso lo que incrementa es el vicio de la gula.
Whatever emotions it's cooked, so only there is a principle that it has to be cooked for God. It is like, for you, I'm cooking today. So that devotion, that surrender, it not only, charges the food, but also neutralizes the other emotions.
Que para quien hay que cocinar es para Dios y no solamente recarga el alimento positivamente, sino neutraliza la negatividad que pueda tener alguien al comer ese alimento que fue cocinado para Dios.
So only in, I don't know, in all the religions, but in few religions, I find that they prepare especially for some occasions, it's for God and it is offered. So there is a feeling of surrendering to Him. So that's important.
En otras religiones, no sé si lo haya, pero el cocinar para Él, hay un sentimiento de entregarse a Él y eso es importante.
Yeah, or at least having the gratitude that today, at least I have this food to eat. It's by God's grace.
O por lo menos hay la gratitud de hoy tengo este alimento para comer y es la gracia divina.
And we all know the importance of the power of gratitude.
Y entonces vamos a entender la importancia del poder de la gratitud.
And the last one is after it's offered, and it's also said like in one of the scripture that it's so important to offer that whatever vibrations it is being carrying from the produce to what food and who is cooking, if from deep hearted it is offered to God, or at least a prayer, in all the religion, at least they have the practice of doing a prayer before having the meal. So it will be nullified. It will get neutralized. Otherwise, when I consume it, all those emotions which it has carried through the process, I'll be affected by it.
Puede ser que sea ofrecido a Dios o como en otras religiones, por lo menos un rezo que se haga antes del alimento. Eso es lo que va a hacer que se nulifique la negatividad y que, porque está entregado a Dios y genera esa buena vibración.
So while we sit for having the food, so after the prayer, it's very important to have a very peace, calm mind while having, so that the mind and the body are in tune.
Que después del rezo es muy importante entonar la mente con el cuerpo y eso es lo que se logra a través del rezo.
Otherwise it's so
entonar la mente con el cuerpo. Yeah.
Otherwise it so happens we are busy watching TV and we are just having and we don't even know how much we are having because my mind is not tuned. Otherwise it correctly tells the stomach is full and the body knows how much bile juice it has to produce.
Que, por ejemplo, estamos viendo televisión y ni cuenta nos damos de cuánto hemos ingerido. Y entonces, como no estamos entonados en eso, ni siquiera sabemos si ya nos llenamos o si ya tuvimos suficiente. Y los jugos gástricos no funcionan de la misma manera.
Yeah. And also it's not important to have in a hurry. or whether when we are in very tensed or in a sorrow.
Que también es muy importante cuando comemos deprisa o bajo tensión o bajo sufrimiento.
Because what happens, the food, when we are very happy and joyous, we tend to eat good amount and it gets digested. And when we are intense, the food doesn't get digested, neither gets absorbed by the body.
Que cuando estamos tensos, no absorbe el cuerpo y no hay una buena digestión. A cuando estamos relajados, se absorbe bien el alimento y hay una buena digestión.
So it's not just a nutritious food, having nutritious food. You might have the most nutritious food, but you're not happy, you're tensed, you're in a hurry and have the food. The body won't be able to take the nutrients, absorb the nutrient and digest the food.
No es solamente los nutrientes, que la comida tenga todos los nutrientes, sino que el estado en el que uno está va a ayudar a que esos nutrientes se absorban.
So enjoying the food and having peace of mind, but there is a secret nutrient which you can infuse the nutritional value in the food.
Can you repeat?
Yeah. You should enjoy your food with
que disfrutar la comida.
With peace of mind.
Con paz en la mente.
But there is also a secret ingredient.
Pero hay también un ingrediente secreto.
Which makes the food most nutritious.
Que hace que la comida se vuelva el máximo de nutritivo.
Would you want to know what is that secret?
¿Saben cuál es ese secreto?
So the secret is, the research says, if a mom prepares even a porridge, you know what is a porridge? It is just the rice, water, a thin liquid type, which is prepared.
Someone answered love for your question.
Yes, true, correct. Because
quien contestó amor dice sí, correcto. Y entonces ahorita dijo que alguien que hace como una, ¿cómo se dice? Un atole para el bebé, para el niño.
Yeah. So that food is considered more nutritious to a child rather than the food which you bring from the shop, which is so-called very, very nutritious in its list when you see.
Ese alimento cocinado por la mamá con ese amor es mucho más nutritivo que el alimento traído y que puede decir que tiene muchos nutrientes comprado en la tienda.
So love is a very nurturing and nourishing.
El amor es muy nutritivo.
Yes. So when you're cooking, cook with love for someone, serve it with love.
Cuando cocines, cocina con amor y sírvelo con amor.
So whoever has the food, it nurtures not only the body, but also the soul.
Porque quien sea que cocine de esa manera no solamente nutre al cuerpo, sino también al alma. Where are you now at present, sister?
In Peace Village.
In Peace Village. Oh, well, I've been there for 10 days, eating wonderful.
Yes.
Le pregunto que dónde está ahorita y me dice que está en Peace Village. Le digo, acabo de estar allí 10 días y vengo muy nutrida. You were cooking also?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, good. Le pregunté que si ella también cocinó y dice que sí. Shall we invite everyone to Peace Village?
Yes.
Le digo que si invitamos a todo el mundo a Peace Village.
I think we can do a program about the cooking, the spiritual cooking.
Dice que podemos hacer un programa, un retiro que esté dedicado a cocinar espiritualmente. Good.
Sum it up, it is like not only the food what we eat, because we have, you might know during the beggary part, what we had in the yagya. They just had the bread, it is called the bajram, a type of flour, and the buttermilk. That's it. But when they had it with so much of love, the one who had with love, their health started improving, and the blood was, production of blood was so much, they became like pink and full of that energy and health.
Está comentando de una época que le llaman la época de beggary es por diosero, o sea, una época en que se acabó el dinero en la institución que le llamamos la yagya. Y entonces solo podían comer un pedazo de una especie como de pan, las chapatis que hacen, sus tortillas que hacen ellos, y un yogur, pero que se lo comían con tanto amor y que eso los nutría completamente aunque fuera poco.
But the ones who were healthy, but they were thinking, how can we have this food? We will fall sick. Wouldn't have the trust. They actually, healthy person also fell sick.
Yeah. Que decían, ¿cómo vamos a comer solamente eso? Y resultó que las personas que estaban saludables se enferman cuando no comen el tipo de la manera que hay que comerlo.
But asthma patient, actually buttermilk and bajra, it's not good for a person who has asthma. It's a respiratory disease. But
alguien que tiene asma, ese tipo de alimentos no es bueno, pero
who had the trust and had it with joy and happiness, it
tener la confianza con amor y confianza, ¿ya?
It healed their disease and they became healthy.
Les sana y se volvieron saludables. They are asking for a cooking retreat.
Okay. I think it's already 10. So in an essence, it is very important to enjoy food with a peace of mind, with love, not thinking about someone. And for me, it is with love for all, for God. And then I think we all will become healthy mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically.
Que es muy importante cómo comemos con un estado de mente, de amor, y entonces todos nos vamos a volver saludables espiritualmente, saludablemente, del cuerpo y de la mente y de las emociones.
So happy eating and stay healthy.